Hello, my name is Shanna Smith, and today I will be visiting with you about Module 1 when we're discussing our mission, vision, and personal statements. So, as we get started here, um, I am. I've been in education for 11 years, and in that time, I I've really enjoyed it. The last few years, I have grown into more of a leadership position within our school, filling in some gaps as needed throughout the years. And most recently, I was encouraged to make it official. So here I am, almost completed with my classes at this point. I have attended Emporia State and Fort Hays State, and this is my little niece Hadley. She's my mini me. And then here are my people. I've been married for 18 years. My husband is a science teacher, a football coach, track coach, Scholars Bowl coach. We're at the beginning of track season, so um, I'm back to the limited husband at home time. So I call it my parenting season. My kiddos are 14 and 15, so I'm literally surrounded by teenagers all the time. And really, for the most part, I really enjoy that. My hobbies would consist of watching my kids do their sports, and then we kind of have a mini farm, and so I spend quite a bit of my time. I guess if I have extra time, I spend it with them because it's pretty fun. This year, what I'm really focusing on is finishing up my building endorsement. Then, after that, I plan to continue my education and work towards my doctoral degree. I want to do a better job of living more in the now instead of preparing for everything in the future. I want to appreciate the more in the now. So I'm going to try to go camping more and maybe go outside and go for some more walks and stuff like that. That's mainly my main vision goals. I also really would absolutely love it if I could remember to clean the ceiling fan blades, but for some reason, I don't ever get to that. When we're talking about a school mission statement or a school vision statement, those are two different things, but they do sound very similar, and I think sometimes they're used interchangeably, even though that's not necessarily the 100% correct use of those items. So, for a school mission statement, that would be a specific statement that describes your school, including the goals and methods of achieving those goals, and who that benefits. So that's the more specific area. Now, broader strokes would be your school vision. So that's an overall understanding of what your district's hopes and priorities are. And hopefully, essentially, it's how you would like others to view you. So, if they were asked, tell us about this school system, hopefully they would say things that were synonymous with what your school vision is. What is the importance and the role of a school mission or vision statement? Um, well, both really require some deep research to know what is important to your community. Hopefully, you can start to notice some themes or trends through that. And then hopefully, through that, you can disseminate the important factors and come out with, like they say here, a shared vision of learning for the entire school environment. Um, Hopefully everybody behind a common goal, I would think would get more results for both staff and students. So it also gives a clarity and direction overall for the school. So when making decisions, if you've went through this process, engaged everybody in the process, hopefully having that clarity and direction would help with additional decisions that need to be made. So how do a school mission and vision statement work together? Well, they really do lend very well to each other. A school vision statement is, like I said, it's an overview of the perspectives and priorities for your students. A mission statement reflects those values and priorities, but then it adds some goals and strategies that you would use. So I my example of this, I guess I would say, is the vision statement is more like the broad strokes in a painting, and then the school mission would be the fine lines in that painting. Not to say that the school mission statement needs to be long or extremely detailed, but it is providing more detail and support. Um, for the growth and success of that vision statement. So, what are the processes for collaboratively developing a mission and vision? Well, and I've said this on many things, not just in relation to mission and vision statements, but collecting input from all staff, I think, is critical. Making unilateral decisions, sometimes there's things we have to do that on. A mission or a vision statement is not one of those. We really need to have that information from them because there may be something we're not seeing. I don't think building leaders should be making this decision by themselves. So, collecting input and feedback, sorry, from staff, collaborating with a school leadership team, and then also that needs to be presented and discussed with staff. That way, if there's any suggestions or improvements that we could make, we could do that before we would unveil it to the district as a whole and the community to ensure that the stakeholders feel comfortable with our end product and that it's properly received, like what we're intending it to go across as. So. What are the processes for developing an actionable mission and vision statement that are attentive to the values and priorities that include? And there's several things listed here. I think these are definite areas that need strong consideration. So for data use, we need to make informed decisions. Hopefully, we're using data to help us with those. Technology, we need to utilize that for our educational strategies and for student opportunities. And then we need to do values. Those are difficult to really get through just surveys, but possible personal interviews or stakeholder meetings to make sure that we're reflecting the values of those that we're serving. Equity, we need to make sure that we're meeting the needs of all students and considering them when we're making this decision. And that also includes for diversity. We need to make sure that we are in ensuring that the growth of all of our students and considering them when decisions are being made. And when I say considering, I don't just mean we put forth what we think they're experiencing. We need to visit with people that represent different groups to make sure that what we're putting in place actually is helpful for them or beneficial or meeting those goals and needs. Then when we're talking about digital citizenship, that goes hand in hand with the use of technology. We want to teach students safe and appropriate use of technology so that they understand any potential consequences and then also can get all the benefits of technology as well. When we're working with our community, we really want to make sure that they are a big part of this process. We need to have their feedback. We need to listen to what they would like to see, what they are seeing, and what we can do in the future to make sure that we are supporting what the community as a whole's vision is. So, characteristics of a well written mission statement. or vision statement. So, as I went through the articles, these were kind of the key facts that really stuck out for me. So, a vision or a mission statement would be developed through data with stakeholder inclusion and support. We would describe the student population or the population in general that we're serving. Um, it would provide an understanding of an overview um, or an outline of our philosophy with our curriculum or our approach to curriculum and instructional approaches and strategies. Um, when we get to that mission statement itself, we would want to have not a whole list of goals, but one or two goals that we specifically are planning to focus on, and I have it in here somewhere. The steps to help achieve those goals. Widely known, we want to make sure that everybody knows what our vision or mission statement is. We want to make sure that it's understood. We're not wanting to use those terms that are ambiguous where no one can really know exactly what we're meaning by that. We want to be broad, but specific enough that they know what we are actually doing to fulfill that specific word that is in the statement. Um, and then we also want to make sure that it is supported within the school, yes, but in our community as well. We want to make sure it's academically focused. That is first and foremost what we're there for. But then we also want to make sure that we're supporting the student as a whole. We want to make sure we're modeling that on a regular basis. We have the objectives lined out. It's displayed in and around our school and community and in the classrooms as well. Um, so, opposite of that, some problems that can be associated with a vision or a mission statement, sometimes it's just a statement that is there. Nobody pays attention to it, it's just there. So that really just leads us to okay, that's a really long sentence that really means nothing to our district. And that would be unfortunate because I think, especially after reviewing this content, that it really can be a motivator or maybe even kind of a glue for a district or the staff within that district to understand that they're all working towards a common goal and that they're all a piece of that. No one person is more valuable than another. So, not this one has ambiguous statements. It's just with those there's no actionable steps to make anything happen. No discussion with anyone else. Sometimes these are set up or even written unilaterally, and that's really unfortunate. And then if they're not reviewed regularly, that does cause a problem, because if the district has changed substantially since that was written, it doesn't really accurately reflect what's going on within the district. So, those are some concerns that some have had with vision or mission statements in the past. Um, for me, my personal experience with vision and mission statements, our districts currently the way we went about writing it. I was here when they updated it the last time. It was still several years ago. Um, but at that time, the principal felt that they were being forced to do that. And so they kind of went through the motions. There was not a lot of consideration for stakeholders or really a focus on which direction we were moving with the district. So, I didn't see it done the right way the first time I saw it one developed. But after reading some of this information, I really think it could be so helpful when it's done the right way. Our district's current mission statement is to educate all students with the knowledge and skills and attitudes for success in life. Um, I think there is some value in that, because we are acknowledging that we're working with students. Um, there's room for some more focus, so they could know how we plan to move about that way. So it really needs a little more detail. I'm not saying it needs to be super long, but it's really generic. And so I think there's just a lot of room for improvement there. Any changes I would make, I kind of highlighted. I think I would make a lot of changes, and we're currently doing that. We, our superintendent, this is her second year with us, and then we got two new principals this year, so this is their first year with us. So we're actually in the process of developing a new mission statement. We've been tackling several other items as they're all new. To kind of revamp several things within the district. So we're doing that, and as we're working through that, we're collecting information from different stakeholders, and so that's the stage we're at with our new vision statement, or it's actually a mission statement. Sorry, um, and so that will be what we focus on here in the coming months and actually through the summer. Um, our next question here is, how does all of this support the educational success and well-being of students and adults? Um, I think I kind of mentioned it before, but when we all focus on common goals and are moving in the same direction, we accomplish so much more. So I would even say that for both staff and students, will grow so much more when we're moving in the same direction. Um, Even though it takes time to understand that direction and make sure that we're all on the same page, I think it's well worth that time to make sure that the time we're spending educating, if we're all working in the same way, in the same fashion, under the same theme, we are going to get so much further. So I'm really excited about this process, and hopefully we'll have some great outcomes here soon. So this is actually pretty timely for my district. Standard 1.1, so standard correlation. This assignment directly related to the standard in that it required a review of the why and the how of writing a mission or a vision statement to support and encourage the success of all students and staff. It's relevant. Like I said, it's very relevant right now for my district. But I think it's really important to know what should and should not be included in a vision or mission statement, and the process, the appropriate process for developing and implementing a successful mission and vision statement. And as a reflection, this really helped me feel much more comfortable facilitating the development of an updated statement. And it really gave me a completely different perspective on the importance of why this needs to be done appropriately, and what can be the positive result from that. So this was really helpful for me. And here are my references. Thank you very much. I look forward to learning from each of you this semester, and that's pretty much what I know. Have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing your next lesson.